Retaliation to Hamas's terror attack.
We understand the Israelis are pushing deeper into the Gaza Strip at this hour. We've heard airstrikes in the distance, and the Israeli military says they hit more than 450 targets over the past 24 hours. They've cut the strip in half, surrounded Gaza City, and are still targeting the tunnel system beneath Gaza.
Where Fox's Trey Yingst reports the Israelis believe Hamas is holding many of those hostages, while officials in Gaza say more than 9,700 Palestinians have been killed. After talks in Turkey today, Secretary of State Antony Blinken said,
"We've engaged the Israelis on steps that they can take to minimize civilian casualties. We're working, as I said, very aggressively on getting more humanitarian assistance."
So no humanitarian pause in the fighting just yet, something Secretary Blinken and his boss, the president, both want, and no agreement on the release of hostages either. But we're told one ongoing victory from these talks. The conflict hasn't spread any further afield.
That's Fox's Jonathan Savage. Former President Trump will testify today at his company's fraud trial in New York.
Trump posting on Truth Social this Trump case being presided over by a highly partisan and out-of-control judge who found me guilty before the trial even started.
Fox's Todd Pyro.
The civil suit threatens Trump's ability to do business within New York State, which could force him to give up control of the famous Trump Tower, among other assets.
The former president remains the frontrunner in the 2024 Republican White House race, and a New York Times Siena poll has him leading President Biden in battleground states: Arizona, Nevada, Georgia, Pennsylvania, and Michigan. Today, the president will tout his economic agenda in Delaware.
The White House says the president plans to focus on, quote, the largest investment in passenger rail since the creation of Amtrak, which President Biden would use to commute back and forth to Delaware during his days as a senator.
That's Fox's Ryan Schmelz. America's listening to Fox News.
With the holidays upon us, the increase in traveling, shopping, and connecting online also heightens the need to protect your identity and finances with LifeLock. Identity thieves see this time of year as an opportunity to drain your accounts, open new loans in your name, and damage your financial future. LifeLock detects and alerts you to the threats you might miss on your own. Don't let the busy holiday season catch you off guard. Save up to 25% off your first year with promo code CLAY. LifeLock.com, promo code CLAY.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
1 year from now, we'll be reporting on the election results the morning after. Now, we may or may not know who the next president will be or which party won control of the House and Senate. Tomorrow's Election Day 2023, with local races across the country, and abortion is a big issue in 2 states.
In Virginia, a flip of the Senate majority from Democrat to Republican could be the first step toward a 15-week abortion ban desired by GOP Governor Glenn Youngkin. In Ohio, other states like Illinois have spent millions lobbying for Issue 1, which codifies abortion decisions into law. Ohio Republican Governor Mike DeWine said on Fox News Sunday,
"These are the same people who want to get outside their own state and want to control what's going on in other states."
Ohio leaders on both sides say they expect a moderate to heavy turnout because of the abortion question alone. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
We keep saving money at the pump.
Gasoline prices are down again, this time 13 cents in 2 weeks to $3.54. And over the past 6 weeks, it's been dropping pretty steadily. The total drop is 44 cents per gallon.
That's analyst Trilby Lundberg. AAA's national average for regular gas, even less than her survey, $3.41. On Wall Street, stock futures up slightly the day after, or rather after the biggest gains of the year last week for the Dow and the NASDAQ. On Sunday Night Football,
Burrow pressured, releasing late is Drew Sample for the first down. And Sample's got a touchdown!
the Cincinnati Bengals won their 4th straight game, beating Buffalo 24-18 on NBC. Earlier, Houston quarterback C.J. Stroud threw a game-winning touchdown score with 10 seconds left to beat Tampa Bay 39-37. Stroud set a rookie record with 470 yards passing. Las Vegas routed the New York Giants 30-6 in the Raiders' first game since firing coach Josh McDaniels. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Hey, good morning. It's Monday, November 6th. We got lots to talk about here today. Now, what happened in Illinois football was one for the ages.
Really exciting.
We will get into that momentarily. We check our weather, brought to you by Carl.
Carl reminds you they're always looking to increase the team, and there's some great perks and benefits. Plus, you can expand your career, maybe continue your education. Find out more at carl.org/careers.
Our meteorologist, Greg Solier, we dropped back an hour on the clock over the weekend. Do enjoy the daylight briefly before it all gets dark all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But, hey, man, the weather's nice, Bubba.
Yeah, well, this too shall pass. Speaking of perks and benefits, that's just like listening to this radio broadcast every day in the morning, right?
Yeah,
I love it.
That's it, man. That's right. Hey, by the way, we were on the YouTube channel, so we're not on Facebook Live for obvious reasons.
Right.
Like what I say.
You can type in the Stevie Jay Show.
Yeah, it is there on YouTube.
Jay.
Yep.
On
YouTube. Oh,
yeah. How about
okay.
that?
Yeah. You can. Well, we'll have to do that. Well, I got to rig a camera somehow. We're actually trying to work that out somehow.
Well, we'd like to get Solier on the TV here. That'd be good. Because you're a TV star already on the weekends, for crying out loud. So
now there you go. A star in someone's mind, certainly not mine. In any event, but thank you for the accolades and commentary and all that kind of stuff. And hey, a well-deserved morning weather-wise, as is the same. 52 Willard and Savoy, 48 at Rantoul. I'll be in the upper 20s and low 30s at this point for an early November morning. Yeah, there's a couple of showers that have made their way out of Vermilion County across the river towards western Indiana. Right now, a few sprinkles down near I-70. Inconsequential, the big picture. Same with any rains the middle part of the week. And the cool off is short-lived around here later on this week. Wouldn't be surprised we're flirting with some record setting or pretty close to it. Warmth around here just before the Thanksgiving holiday. So no problems with that, nor big wet weather systems if you're trying to cross the T's and dot the I's on harvest. 70 today with a partly sunny sky. Aforementioned shower activity to the east and southeast of Champaign. Gusty southwest wind all ready to play out over at Willard and Savoy up above about 25 miles per hour right now. Westerly winds tonight down to about 50. Tomorrow partly sunny, 67. Still 10 above average with a bit of a northeasterly wind. A little bit of rain in spots late tomorrow night, maybe into Wednesday morning. Then some shower activity Wednesday night. Quarter to less than a third of an inch. We can work and play through that. 50s tomorrow night, 75 and a gusty south wind for the day Wednesday. Then cooler for Thursday, Friday into the weekend, but rain-free. 57 on Thursday. Low 50s Friday and Saturday, up to about 55 on Sunday. And we're back to maybe some 60-degree weather or higher by the middle part of next week. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
All right, Greg, we thank you very much. ESPN 93.5. We welcome Raven Harrison. Nice to always have Raven on the show. How are you, Raven?
I'm doing great. Glad to be here.
Good to have you. All right, there's blood on my White House gates this morning. I don't know if people have seen any visual of that. The Palestinian protest drawing 100,000 people to Washington, D.C. They went ahead and smeared blood on the gate, and they're mad at Joe Biden. So you got that going for you.
Oh, correct. And not only they smeared blood on the gate, they threw paint, but they threw objects at the Secret Service. They threw rocks, they threw cans, they threw bottles. So they assaulted the Secret Service out there and started screaming, "Genocide Joe" and "Death to America." Your typical insurrection that nobody is going to pay for.
Yeah, and I doubt if there was anybody arrested, and certainly no one will have to spend time in jail for this, of course, because you can assault a Secret Service if you're far left.
Correct. And in the rest of the J6ers, we've got television host Owen Schroyer, who reported last week, was basically waved into the Capitol and is now in solitary confinement, by our government for his role in January 6th, and yet you're allowing these protests to pop up all over the country, New York, London, all of these things, and nobody is facing any consequence except for conservatives or people who voted for Trump.
Okay, so how is Speaker Mike Johnson doing in your view over the last couple of weeks?
So far, I think he's doing well. I think the test is really here. So the fact that he's brought this single bill, he's sifted out the aid package and said, look, this is it. I think that's a step in the right direction. However, the test is it going, what is his plan to get this passed? Because we know it's going to be dead on arrival when it gets to the Senate and to Biden's desk, when he gets up from his nap. So the problem is it's great that you can get this, but we have got to have this be the commonplace of these single bills we know what we're voting on and start pulling back this deficit. So it's offset by the IRS agents, but the Senate is not going to approve it. So he needs to show that he can use some leverage to start getting these things through.
Wonder how the Biden administration works through this whole Israel. They want ceasefire to give humanitarian. It helps Hamas, obviously, if you stop. They've been doing these bunker busters, trying to get down to the tunnel because they know that's where most of the enemy is hiding. But I don't know how the Biden administration navigates through this when he's totally committed to Israel, which I think is correct. And yet you've got a problem on your left, and they're not going to vote for Donald Trump. They're not going to vote for any Republican, but they just won't vote. And I wonder if that'll have implications in a year.
It will, but what we are missing in all of that is Joe Biden has become very, very adept at funding both sides of the war, and people aren't realizing that. So he is trying to sanction Russia, but he's giving money to Ukraine and aid to Ukraine, but we have to get oil from Russia because he stopped our production. So you're basically funding both. Then you go to Israel. He's given money, billions, to Gaza and to freed up money that Hamas used to start this attack. But now we're being cheap. We want to send $60 billion to Ukraine, but only $14 billion to Israel, who's our ally. So he's funding both sides of that as well. So we are completely chasing our tail in this foreign policy.
I saw some people interviewed from the Palestinian protest of Free Palestine and Israel doesn't have a right to exist and all that stuff. And it's like you're screaming about how Israel bombed a hospital. That's not true.
It's not true. And they keep pushing that. But here's something people have missed while we were sleeping. Kamala Harris's stepdaughter has raised $8 million in the past few weeks for Gaza and Hamas sympathizers. So we've got Joe paid off by China, and we've got Kamala paid off by Hamas. It is disturbing what's happened to our capital.
Okay, well, we continue to watch, and sometimes I can only take so much because I just can't watch anymore. It's pretty hard. How can people find Raven's Mantle, your book?
They can find it on Amazon.com and RavenHarrison.com and Barnes & Noble. But don't worry, Steve, we got this. We win. Spoiler alert, we've done it before. We'll do it again.
That's what I like. That's what I'm talking about. Raven Harrison on the Tablets Towing phone line. Sports headlines.
Speaking of we got this, go Illini.
Yeah, that was...
So John Paddock is the name we're taking note of. Less than a minute. Comes out with a win. Illinois beat Minnesota 27-26. So I know Brett Bielema is 10-0.
I'm going to play all my clips after we get Fox Business Minute here. I got a lot of clips.
Man, what a game.
Did anybody know John Paddock came in the game? I didn't see it. I was painting the basement, but I'm watching. I'm going back in and out of the room.
Right.
And I see 4th and 11 from the 15. I'm just watching to be courteous because the game's over. We lose.
Right.
We lost. We were close. And then there's Isaiah down the field for 23 yards. First down. Okay, well, we're still in it. It's under a minute.
Okay.
And then there's Pat Bryant over the middle. Okay, now we're down to the 45-yard line.
Okay.
So we're still in it.
Get some momentum.
And then 46 seconds, there he goes. Isaiah's open.
Yes.
And then he caught it for the touchdown.
Unbelievable.
And I think a lot of us thought, well, who's he? John Paddock, he's the guy that played a little bit against Penn State, and it didn't go great. So Brett Bielema went to John Paddock after that game and said, you're going to have your moment. You'll be more ready now that you played than you would have been. And John Paddock, for us old people, I mean, that's in the line of the John Wright. Bob Wright was this letter winner for Illinois football in 1935. Bob Wright was the track coach at the University of Illinois, one of the nicest men I've ever met.
Nice.
John Wright, who played in the NFL, was a superstar for Illinois football in the 60s. Northwestern, the insurance and investing, that's kind of his thing. He started kind of the big deal here.
Okay.
Then his son, Johnny, who played in the 90s, was a superhuman and absolutely wonderful football player. He was a wide receiver. If you don't know Johnny Wright, he went to Atlanta and he's done well with, I think, his wife, Laura, and they had 4 daughters. I lost touch with Johnny Wright, but he was like Jay Lehman, except 15 years earlier.
Nice.
It just upbeat, foundation of faith.
Good energy.
Man, was just great. And now I think John Paddock is Ashley, Johnny Wright's sister's son. And John Paddock looks and talks like Johnny Wright. Does anybody remember Johnny Wright in the 90s? Anybody out there?
Right. 217-359-2255 if you'd like to share your lineage of the Wright/Paddock family.
If you remember, and I haven't seen John Wright in some time, but John Paddock is named after John Wright, his grandfather. And I think Deanna is John's wife. I mean, it's been years since I've seen them. But to bring that back up is a great feeling because the Wrights now have 4 letter winners at Illinois football.
That's awesome.
The great-grandfather, the grandfather, the uncle, and now the nephew.
Okay.
The grandson. So I would like to know if Illinois has ever had 4 in a generation that has not only just been on the team, this is now one for the books. In my lifetime, and I'm not sure it's ever happened in the history of Illinois football of over 100 years, that anything like this has happened.
Like less than a minute. And
with no timeouts.
Right.
The kid usually, if you stretch a little bit and you kind of get in, throw a couple of balls.
I know.
You go in 4th and 11, the game's, he might just one incomplete, it's over.
46-yard bullet to Isaiah Williams.
It is just a remarkable event that happened. Now, does it matter? Heck yeah. Remember last week I was saying, I really think we have a chance.
I know.
I think we have a chance.
And now we're all saying that.
Well, now Indiana comes in and they beat Wisconsin.
11 a.m. on Saturday.
What was that? So Indiana, early in the year, I think they got better. We have too, but we got Indiana coming in. But is the game anywhere near what it was without Johnny Newton? He changes everything. It is like, okay, well, Johnny's in the game. Well, he can't do it all. Yeah, he can. Actually, he can, because if you double team him, somebody else is free to go get the quarterback. But the energy and the way he lifts up the ball club, I got some Johnny Newton to play here too.
Okay.
It is completely different. All I was looking at the clock, the whole first half, all I did was clock watch. Get to the end of the half. Get to the end. Try not to be too far behind. Get to the end. Johnny Newton's going to play. That's the impact this guy has.
Okay, a breath of fresh air.
Well, and it didn't look very good, I'm telling you. And Luke Altmaier was Patrick Mahomes the first 2 or 3 drives unstoppable. And he took a bunch of sacks. I don't know what changes. Brett Bielema will be up on Wednesday.
Yeah.
But how do we look so amazingly unstoppable offensively? Then it's like a wall goes up and we can't do it anymore. And I don't know. And it's Kagan Fegan. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Swing pass. He runs all the way. Did anybody know he was that fast?
That's right.
Anyway, it's pretty fired up. We got a basketball game tonight. I got some Brad Underwood to play, too.
Men in EIU at 7 o'clock tonight. We're 7-0 on that. Last year, I think it was like 87-57. So, and the Illinois women will be starting up their season with Morehead State coming up. I think that's tomorrow. Makaira Cook on that
Tuesday.
Naismith Award list, Jersey Mike's Naismith Award list. When it comes to NFL action, we had the Colts over the Panthers. Your Saints beat the Bears. And we had the Packers over the LA Rams.
All right, weather brought to you by the Urbana Park District.
Lots of great fall programs, and they'll do that turkey trot again. I believe it's 57 years on that. Find out all the details at urbanaparks.org.
Jay Lehman after 3. You don't want to miss that.
Absolutely.
And we think Luke Altmaier after 4, if he's okay.
Yeah, he's kind of banged up.
All coming up.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois. Champaign and Van Ness Saturday. Nice spell of weather, unseasonably mild environs over the first half of the week. We'll get a typical early to mid-November cold front to whistle through the area. Temperatures back to, if not a bit below, seasonal norms later this week. Another big warm-up slated for next week, and just a little spot or two of rain in between. No significant additional harvest delays expected in the coming days. Up near 70 for the day today with a partly sunny sky and gusty southwest wind. Yeah, a couple of raindrops and a brief shower around for this morning of no consequence. Mostly cloudy tonight, mild down near 50. Tomorrow, partly sunny, continued mild, 67 on a light northeasterly wind. On Wednesday, back into the 70s with some shower activity breaking out, especially the afternoon. And Wednesday night, the much cooler weather with highs in the 50s Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We'll continue with readings into the 50s early next week, and then 60s back into play. Quiet weather pattern expected to evolve across much of the Corn Belt, East Central Illinois included, for next week as well. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm Peter Olchis, Greg Solgay.
Jeremiah 29:11 states, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." What a comfort we have in this passage, as the Lord is telling Jeremiah, I care for you and will take care of you. If you are in despair and think you have no hope, pray to the Lord for guidance. See how your life can be changed and the lives of those around you. This message brought to you by the
I'm Elizabeth
Blossom
McDonald,
Basket
and this is the Fox Business Report.
Oil prices are higher. Saudi Arabia and Russia are reaffirming their commitment to oil supply cuts until the end of the year. Oil futures were lower last week. Shares of Dish Network are slumping. The satellite TV service reported a surprise loss in the summer quarter. Its number of both pay TV and wireless subscribers declined. Berkshire Hathaway shares are higher. Warren Buffett's investment firm reported a record profit of $10.8 billion in the summer quarter. Thousands of pounds of chicken nuggets are being recalled because they could contain metal. Tyson Foods is recalling breaded chicken Fun Nuggets after complaints that metal pieces were found in them. The nuggets are shaped like dinosaurs. There was only one report of a minor oral injury. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Cosola, invested in you.
New from the Fox News Podcast Network.
I'm Emily Campagno, and this is the Fox True Crime Podcast.
And I had nothing to do with her disappearance.
I sit down with the people who lived the nightmares.
I was in shock. I was just devastated.
The investigators who tirelessly worked on the case.
And I really hope that they can catch this guy.
Bringing you closer to the story than you ever thought possible.
Listen and follow now at foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
These are the stories that keep you up at night.
Since Busey Bank first opened our doors in 1868, we have built upon a tradition of close relationships and broad financial capabilities. Our experienced team provides the highest level of personalized service to ensure we accomplish your goals, simplifying your wealth management and business lending needs and ensuring a legacy for generations. Building business, growing wealth since 1868. Proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
It was pretty exciting. We're going to get into Illinois and Eastern basketball here coming up. First, after the game, Brett Bielema goes to the press room.
That's exactly how you draw it up. Give a lot of credit to Minnesota. PJ is a good football team. New coming over here, they're atop of the Big Ten West for a reason. They've won a couple games here in a row and done some good things, but I thought this was a team we matched up well against. I really like it coming into the week. I thought our guys have, put a good week of practice. The bye week, we kind of turned the page, and it's kind of funny, right? So, whenever we have people around the program, maybe that aren't around us all the time, scouts that come in, NFL people, visitors, maybe outside administration, they come by and they're like, Coach, I can't believe the way your guys, go about things, the way they practice. And you kind of just take note of it, but on Wednesday, an NFL guy that I've known for 20 years, he was in the hallway around our guys, in and out of meetings, went out to practice, and he grabbed me and he said, hey, I know you don't have the year that you maybe necessarily want. He goes, but I can just tell you from every person I talk to, every staffer I work with, from watching you guys practice, you have something here that's really good, and I just want you to know that, right? And I think this was a great example of that. Last night, I literally showed him the Northwestern game. I try to show him things during the course of the week, and
Northwestern got behind Minnesota by 21, and then Northwestern came back and beat Minnesota after being behind by 21. So that he wanted to say, hey, even if you're behind,
gotcha. I wanted them to know sometimes it doesn't always go as scripted. You just got to be resilient. So I showed them the fourth quarter against Northwestern where they're down 21 points and how they made defensive stops and how their offense made plays, and they tied it up at the end and ended up winning it in overtime. But you literally heard our guys talking about that on that last series before John went in and after John went in, and just a credible amount of resiliency, I'd say, for two people. John Paddock, just to put himself in that position. Earlier this year when he got in a game, it was kind of out of control and wasn't a great situation to come into. I said, hey, what we just learned is, when your moment comes, you're going to be that much more prepared. I don't know if it's going to be this week, next week. I said, or the last half of the season, your moment's going to come, and I have a pretty good confidence value that you're going to be prepared, and that's exactly what happened there. I didn't think it was going to be 4th and 10, backed up on enemy territory with no timeouts and under a minute. But that's John to a T. And then Isaiah Williams, for you guys that know him, 13 catches, 130 yards, when that ball went on the ground.
I don't know if you saw, but Isaiah fumbled in a very key spot, and 2 plays later, Minnesota scored the go-ahead touchdown.
Yes.
I think a lot of people would be like, oh, my gosh, I literally didn't say anything to him because I knew he would take care of himself, right? just continues to impress me on a daily basis, who he is, what he stands for, and what he represents. That play was created before the day ever started today. He's just got that kind of ability and pretty awesome to be around.
Isaiah Williams after the game.
Take me through the emotions of the last 5 minutes of that game, or 6-7 minutes of that game for you, fumble the winning touchdown.
Man, it was everywhere. So after that hit to the rib, and I was on the sideline, complaining. I was frustrated. And then, then you go out there and have that fumble. It's like, you know what I'm saying? That's what you get for complaining. But then after that, I was just like, man, you good. Like, God got you. He won't put you through nothing that he can't get you through. So, I just had all the confidence in the world going back on that field after that fumble, just trusting, the plan. And then they called some plays where I knew it was a great chance that I'd get the ball, and my biggest thing was just execute for my guys.
You played that position before, Isaiah. How hard is it to do what John just did?
How hard is it to do what John Paddock did, Isaiah? You were a quarterback.
Man, that's tough. Going out there with the confidence that he had, sidearm, man, I remember the touchdown play, I literally looked back, and I seen him step back and then step up in the pocket. Like, doing what he did, that's hard to do. And that just shows you, like, his confidence and swagger that he got. It just, it's hard for people probably to see on the outside, but how he was in the huddle. Like, he come in there like, y'all boys, I got y'all, like, trust me. Man, it just shows, like, his confidence, man. That's something that not many could do. Even a lot of elite guys can't do what he just did.
Yeah, Isaiah Williams, who caught the touchdown. All right, here's John Paddock, the hero of the game.
The offense on that last drive, just got great players around me, great offensive line in front of me. Testament to all the coaches and trusting and believing in me. So, and then testament to God, just trusting with Him in this process has been phenomenal. And obviously, this place means a lot to me. So, it felt really good to be able to do that. And just felt like I was gonna be ready this whole year, no matter when my number was called. And it got called at a pretty crazy time, but it ended up working out pretty good for us. But obviously, team effort, offensive effort there, I'm going to get a lot of credit here, and it's not all my credit. I just put the ball where it was supposed to be, and guys were open, and the offensive line did a phenomenal job of giving me time to be able to do that.
Well, he came in and went 3 for 3. His quarterback rating, if you have 140 quarterback rating, his rating was 448. He's perfect. It was remarkable what John Paddock was able to do. And it's just one that you just never see this.
Right.
Johnny Newton finally came in. Second half, baby.
What was your perspective or view on the Paddock to Williams pass there at the end?
I was elite. For John to come in the game, probably could have been our last play of the game. Having to step up, make those completions, I feel like that was big time for him and the program.
What was that first half like for you? How did you stay ready to be ready in the second half?
I was just being a coach to my teammates, telling them what I saw on the field, squaring the wealth back, keeping everybody's head straight and check, I was just being a coach and a leader from the sideline.
Did you feel a lift going into halftime? You look up, you're only down 3, and hey, Johnny Newton's coming back in. It felt like the team got a big lift, just kind of being still in the ballgame.
For sure. I know I bring a lot of energy to the team, and that energy could change the whole momentum of a game. So I came out. Unfortunately, I got a sack, and I feel like from there it just changed the rest of the game.
He just has he has what Brett Bielema says the NFL guys like. He can get to the quarterback from the standpoint of speed, so he'll get around and beat the guy, and then there's space between he and the quarterback, but he has the closing speed to catch him. He's super fast and super quick. And he just changes our defense. He's the best player on the field. Johnny Newton will play the whole game against Indiana. I don't know what the spread is for Indiana, but after Indiana beat Wisconsin, oh, by the way, my understanding is Illinois can still win the West. My understanding is Illinois can still win the West and go to the Big Ten title game because every team's the same in the West.
That's right.
So we have 4 losses. Iowa has 2. We obviously have to beat Iowa, and Iowa has to lose somewhere else.
Right.
But 4 losses could win the West. So if we win the rest of our games, which are 3, we'd be 5-4. That
We've
could
got
actually
Indiana this Saturday at 11 a.m.
at Iowa, home Northwestern. But there is a convoluted way where people lose this week and people lose. I mean, the 900 things have to happen.
Yeah.
But that's just where the West is. The last year of the West, when there's not a coin flips difference between anybody. There's 7 teams, and they're all the same.
By the way, we'll have tickets that we're giving away. We've got a live broadcast after 3 on Friday.
Oh, yeah.
At Pia's on the 10th. So take note of that, and if you're wanting to go to that game, make sure you're joining us and having fun at Pia's.
All right, stand by. The Stever is up, ladies and gentlemen. Go Stever.com for the Long Branch Steakhouse in Gifford. They're $50 bills I'm handing out.
Nice.
For you to have some of Donnie's amazing food. If he has any more Christmas party nights available, you can call and find out, but he might have 1 or 2 spots left if you want to have an office party for Christmas, your holiday party, your Christmas party at Long Branch. Get hold of Donnie.
310 South Main Street in downtown Gifford.
Go Stever.com for money to Long Branch, and good luck.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. Secretary of State Antony Blinken completes a surprise trip to the Middle East with a stop in Turkey, a NATO ally.
We remain very focused on the hostages held by Hamas, including Americans, in making sure we're doing everything possible to bring them home.
He spoke with his Turkish counterpart for over 2.5 hours. A State Department spokesperson said Tyson recalls 30,000 pounds of chicken nuggets. Some people report finding small metal shards of the dinosaur-shaped pieces.
There was one report of a minor oral injury associated with someone eating the chicken. The fun nuggets are sold in 29-ounce bags and were produced on September 5th. Anyone with the chicken is urged to throw it out or return it to the place of purchase.
That's Fox's Ginny Casola reporting. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Fire responders on the scene of an incident in Kratz Road in Monticello. It involved anhydrous ammonia yesterday morning. Piatt County officials were on the scene on Kratz Road, south side of Monticello. There was an anhydrous leak due to a truck breaking an axle. They did stop the leak. The good news, no word on any other issues. A farmer is hurt after a tractor hit by a train in Seward. Winnebago County Sheriff's Office says it happened Sunday on Klinger Road between Edwardsville and Kelly Roads. Sole occupant of the tractor taken to a hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. That crash is under investigation. University of Illinois Athletic Director Josh Whitman will be sticking around for a while. University Board of Trustees will consider a 3-year contract extension for him during a November 16th meeting. If approved, the new 8-year contract keeps Whitman as leader of the Division of Intercollegiate Athletics through at least June 30th of 2031. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Thank you, Jim. Appreciate that. Weather brought to you by Busey. For over 150 years, Busey, member FDIC.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois. Champaign-Urbana have set a very delightful spell of early November. Weather expected here for the first half of the week. Temperatures above average. We'll get a front to come through the area late Wednesday night. Back into some cooler weather for the rest of the week and early on into next week. If you have opportunities to get out there in the back 40, wrap up harvest, or perhaps backyard work, plenty of opportunity next week as well. Another big warming trend gets going mid to late next week. In the meantime, speaking of which, up near 70 with a partly sunny, windy, warm day's worth of weather. A couple of raindrops around and a stray shower this morning. At southwest wind 15 to 25 miles per hour and gusty. Mild tonight, mostly cloudy, down to about 50. Winds will diminish and turn northwest to north. Continued mild tomorrow, partly sunny and 67. Back into the 70s here for Wednesday with some shower activity breaking out, especially in the afternoon. And much cooler weather for Thursday, Friday, the weekend, but dry weather. Some sunshine each day, highs in the 50s. Nights in the 30s and low 40s. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
Ben Quattrone, owner, managing partner, Sarah Champagne. Are we golfing today? Is that the thing? Was that?
No, we're not golfing today. We're selling cars for fun.
I'm telling you what, though, 70 today. Yeah. What the heck?
I love it.
Okay,
I know.
Ben Quattrone, best car guy I've ever met is Ben Quattrone. I mean, he's the best. They have GMC, Hummer, oh my, BMW, Honda, Buick, and Subaru, which is hotter than heck. How is your car supply these days?
You know, the car supply is really improving for me because we've got a little plan to sell to zero, meaning everything that's available that's coming in a given month, we're going to sell the car. And the dirty little secret is we're making some deals. You know what I mean? I mean, a lot of stores are still. There's brokers out there trying to pay us $5,000 over sticker for our inventory because you can't get cars. But we just didn't really get greedy when it got too short. So we have a really good allocation. And, I probably have 200 cars that will hit the ground between now and the end of November that are not spoken for yet.
Wow, that's news right there. 200 cars hitting the ground.
Yeah.
Sarah Champagne, they're not spoken for. Hurry, go get him.
Yeah.
Really? Okay, so your buddy Brad Underwood spoke about tonight's game.
Yeah, game one. Here we go. Exciting to get another season started. Obviously coming off what we think was a very, very good preseason that actually started with us in Spain. Obviously 2 exhibition games where we've been in front of our fans. So Eastern comes to town. Have so much respect for Marty and the job he's done over his career. I think he's one of the best offensive coaches maybe in the country. I think he does a great job on that end of the court. You know, they're a new team. They've got a lot of new faces. They've got a very dynamic point guard who's been 23, 24 a game in their 2 scrimmages and lives in the paint. Be a great challenge for us. Jermaine, we obviously know. He's been, I think he's a 5th year now. So Jermaine's been really impressive in the early scrimmages, and we know his bounce, we know his athleticism. You know, they've got some nice pieces. They're a much older team than they were a year ago. The portal transfers have allowed them to do that. They're going to play really hard. They disrupt passing lanes. They'll play with speed and pace, led by their point guard. You know, you're going to be forced to have to guard really good actions. So I'm excited about that for us, and to see where we've come from the Kansas exhibition, and I thought we improved from one to the other. Now these all count. Been solid in practice. You know, we tried to manage the week in a positive way and dial in on a lot of scenarios and talk about situations and presses and late game stuff. All those start to come into play. You know, we're excited to get started. We're excited for our fans, and this is game one of what we hope is can be a great 5 months. We're looking forward to getting it kicked off.
I think you know Brad quite a bit better than I do. I get the feeling, though, he's pretty comfortable with his team. He kind of likes this team, doesn't he? Do you think, Ben?
He loves this team, and you know it's always easy for a coach to say, "Hey, this is one of the best teams ever," or whatever. But he's really got such depth, and those guys have been working so hard all summer. You know, their own practices, 2 and 3 workouts a day. You know, Ty Rogers is a tank. You know, he looks skinnier than my wife. He put on 15 pounds, and he's just a rock going to the hole from point guard. I mean, give me a break.
And doesn't Terrence Shannon work crazy hours?
Terrence is in the gym. Terrence gets up at 5 and goes and has his own individual shooting practice where he just shoots. And he does it every day. You know, all he does is play basketball, practice basketball, work hard, eat, go to class, sleep, start it over again.
Man.
What
was your impression of Marcus Damas? You got to meet him recently.
He was big. I thought I just saw him as a really, really big guy. I mean, he seems like he's the same size, like 6'7", somewhere around there, maybe bigger, but you know, really a physically strong guy and super smart. I spent a little time with him. I understand he's a really good student, but that guy is going to, I think, not surprise people who know, but he's going to surprise a lot of opponents because he can shoot the eyes out of the ball.
It's Ben Quattrone, Sarah Champagne, and the Tapman's Towing phone line. So Ben has a little surprise here for the Eastern game. What you got here, fella?
Well, I got some tickets to give away. I got 2 pairs of 2 tickets. They're in section 124, row 5 and 6. And maybe we'll talk about giving away some football tickets later on this week too. But
okay, that's good. No, folks, it's not just tickets. This has been Quattrone on the phone.
It's
okay,
a little VIP.
No. He's the man. Okay, these are, you said 124. Go look on your State Farm seating chart and
That's
look
right.
where you're gonna. These are section 124. So you're down there with So anyway, if you want a pair of tickets, we'll do 2 winners today. Text in Sarah, SERRA is how you spell it for Sarah Champagne, SERRA. And you have a chance at 2 prime tickets for tonight's basketball game. Who doesn't want to go to prime time?
That's right.
Where are you sitting? I'm way down there. Well, I'll get my binoculars to look for you, okay? It's a little different deal when you're dealing with Ben Quattrone. These are primo, way better than I get to give away. These are like the show, and Ben's the show. So 200 cars hitting the lot at Sarah Champagne at Burwash and Savoy this month that are not spoken for, because I want to emphasize that. A lot of times, like I'm talking CRVs, because we buy a lot of those, the Hondas, and they're usually spoken for. So I'm glad to hear that. Are they all makes and models that you're getting in that the 200 include?
It's pretty even.
Okay.
A lot of Subarus, like 50 Subarus, which is a lot. But our plan is to sell them all. We're going to really try and sell them quickly, because that's going to earn cars that get allocated in December, built in January, and shipped in like February. So right when the weather starts breaking again, we're having cars. We're really just trying to set up our summer next year.
Okay, in the first 35 seconds, we've heard from 5 different towns, so that's good news. Okay, so go ahead.
Texting in Sarah
we got
right now.
Villa Grove, Hot Paxton, Mahomet, Urbana,
Champaign.
We get. It's just, I really like to see everybody that's in their car around this area. I think they're listening. Yeah. So there you go. All right. Well, I'm going to call you tomorrow. I'll kind of check in now that you're my ticket guy. So.
All right. Okay.
Thanks, Ben. Ben Quattrone.
Awesome.
Over at Sarah Champagne.
Go Illini.
Yeah, they won the Honda President's Award twice. I can't tell you because I've seen the charts of what you have to do to win that.
Yeah.
It's unheard of. You can't be 90-some% in customer satisfaction on anything.
Like, even the bathroom has to be spick
No, the
and
bathroom
span.
has to be clean. What is
we
that?
used to say drop your spaghetti on the floor and you can eat it off the floor.
I can do that too in the BMW showroom.
Exactly.
No, it's a clean place with really high-level service across everything. So Tyler Burton's a great guy. Of course, Craig Fanning, our guy. Chris in Honda Sales, my friend. Okay, so text in if you're interested. There are 2 winners here out of this, and they're prime seats for the game tonight. So it doesn't matter if we're playing.
There's more from Rocket Nation coming in. How about the Unity Rockets beating DeCoin?
You have Maroa, Forsyth, and Bloomington Central Classic. That's the only people around here.
That's right.
That's not even really around here. That's Decatur and Bloomington. Champaign County has Unity. That's it.
That's it.
St. Joe Ogden lost. Oh, my gosh, St. Joe Ogden lost.
I know.
Did you hear that score?
No.
It was 41-27 Spartans. 41-27. And then the team they were playing scored 21 straight.
Oh, man.
Then St. Joe scored.
Okay.
And went for 2 to win and didn't get it. 48-47.
No.
So hard.
How did I miss that over the weekend?
It was something. So Unity beat DeCoin, which was the 1 seed.
I think it was 35-25.
Unity is the 8 or 9. They were in the 8-9 game. And they beat Williamsville.
Now we've got Mount Carmel at Unity at 2 on Saturday.
How did you get to host that?
I know.
mean, that's a home field. There's no doubt about it. And I mean, the Rockets are in the quarterfinals now.
That's right.
It's still, there's that big monster out there.
I know.
Called Byron. And it's the old north-south thing where the north is like, what are they feeding those boys?
Right.
Because why are they so dominant in 3A? But that's a long way from now. Right now, you got a quarterfinal game at home.
One game at a time.
Exactly. So we'll see. I'm sure they're all good. Right now, it's quarterfinals.
But good job to Scott Hamilton and the whole coaching crew. It was just such a great scene. Man, it was such a nice day. This weekend has been awesome.
It's
Greg Soulier 70 today.
No, listen, it's unusual. If anybody, we never remember from week to week, let alone year to year. But usually in November, you don't get a lot of sun.
I know.
Sunshine in November, every day is a blessing because you generally don't get a lot of sun in November around here. But we're getting it now, and it's lovely. And y'all fell back an hour. I don't know what you did with the time. I think we slept.
I did too.
So, but we're looking at, here's kind of what Soulier says, 70 today, 68 tomorrow, Wednesday 73, and then it's a little more normal, 58, 54, 54, 54, 54, 53, 57. Those are nice days.
Right.
Those are nice days.
But we've definitely got some wind up to 35 mile an hour.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it'll be nice and dry.
And the leaves are blowing around, so you might want to start working on some of that.
Or
if that's your thing.
Blow to your neighbor's yard, too.
Exactly.
But then your neighbor's yard blows to your yard.
Right.
All right, sports headlines coming up. You're always welcome to text in with comments 217-359-2255. Or text in for SERRA. Sarah is what you text in if you want.
Now, that's for tonight's game against DIU.
Game,
The
7
opener.
o'clock. Yeah, the opener. First look. This counts. Again, you get 2 prime seats in section 124. Go look them up. And they're 2 pair, both in 124. And we're finding 2 winners. Text in Sarah if you want a chance. 217-359-2255. Have you heard rare, exotic Tibetan yak meat is now available locally? Savannah Ridge Farms, operating in Indianola, Illinois, has been expanding their yak herd in central Illinois for nearly 2 years, offering local farm-to-table meat containing absolutely no antibiotics, hormones, or steroids. Savannah Ridge Farms raises free-range yaks, fed organic grass and hay in chemical-free open land. They are humanely raised and harvested locally. Yak meat is one of the best sources of protein and is nearly 100% fat-free. So if you want healthy, nutrient-dense, vitamin-packed red meat without the worry of how it got to your plate, visit SavannahRidgeFarms.com and check out their Facebook page. They deliver to Champaign and Vermilion counties, and you can even pick it up at their farm. And look for Savannah Ridge Farms every Saturday at the Farmers Market inside Lincoln Square, Saturdays from 8 to 11. It's SavannahRidgeFarms.com.
When it comes to skincare, using the Cleanse Tone Moisturized System is a must. When you start seeing discoloration, fine lines, uneven texture, it's time to pull out the heavy hitters. Merle Norman's High Performance Serums power up your skincare regimen with these super concentrated formulas that target specific concerns and boost all benefits for your current skincare. Targeted, powerful, proven. Find your perfect serum today at Merle Norman, 706 West Market View Drive in Champaign.
Jeremiah 29:11 states, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." What a comfort we have in this passage, as the Lord is telling Jeremiah, "I care for you and will take care of you." If you are in despair and think you have no hope, pray to the Lord for guidance. See how your life can be changed and the lives of those around you. This message brought to you by the Blossom Basket Florist.
Tapman's Towing, team of experienced tow professionals, is seeking others with CDLs, previous tow experience, and or strong interest in serving others. Please visit our career page at tapmanstowing.com.
Jeremiah 29:11 states, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." What a comfort we have in this passage, as the Lord is telling Jeremiah, "I care for you and will take care of you." If you are in despair and think you have no hope, pray to the Lord for guidance. See how your life can be changed and the lives of those around you. This message brought to you by the Blossom Basket Florist.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
All right, sports headlines at 7:48.
Well, we hadn't talked about your Saints over the Bears 24-17. Bears just couldn't put it together.
5 turnovers, kind of tough. But otherwise, I thought they were toe-to-toe, and I thought they had a chance to really win the football game. It's I do like Tyson Bagent. I know he threw some not-so-good interceptions toward the end, but got some good traits that I like. But anyway, Bears couldn't get it done. Saints do win that one.
The Colts over the Panthers 27-13. We had the Packers over the LA Rams 20-3. Tonight it's the LA Chargers at New York to face the Jets. When it comes to NBA action, we'll have Milwaukee at Brooklyn, Utah and Chicago to face the Bulls, and San Antonio is in Indianapolis to face the Pacers. So there was a little bit of a frosty handshake after the Michigan beating Purdue 41-13. Michigan, of course, number 3, 9-0, but it was all this sign stealing stuff.
Yeah.
But, from what I'm reading, it was both coaches are saying, typical handshake. We just kind of passed each other and we're in motion. Nobody stopped to talk to each other, of course.
They don't generally talk much. There's not much there.
That's right.
I mean, what happens to Jim Harbaugh? No idea. I have no idea. I think it's the degree of what they did. Everybody steals those things because right. But apparently the guy wore disguise with funky glasses with recording devices. I mean, it's just like, what are you doing on the Central Michigan sideline, and why do you have to go to that extent for Central Michigan?
In fact,
come on, man.
I saw, was it Perry, the Purdue Boilermaker mascot guy, who had a cape with Ohio State, and he had some kind of fake camera kind of thing that he was walking around with at the Michigan game.
Yeah.
So that was kind of a jab, of course, that we all enjoyed.
Yeah.
Illinois over Minnesota. We certainly
so
enjoyed the 27-26, and we'll hear more about it after 3 on The Drive with Lonte and Derek Piper. And, just to get Jay Lehman's perspective.
Lehman, after the game, if you're not watching the Big Ten studio on
so good.
Saturday nights, it's worth watching because of Jay. I mean, he was, jacked up because the Illini won, and you're saying, well, everybody in the Big Ten watches that. People in Minnesota weren't watching. People in Minnesota, how many times do you watch a post game when the Illini lose? 0.
Yeah.
0. I don't want to see it again. I don't want to. So there were no Minnesota fans watching that, but it was perfect because Jay was jacked up. The whole panel is lifted by his presence. And you want to hear him today after 3 for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Because as Stevie Jay said, how many times did I say it last week that I still have a sense we're going to a bowl?
We could have some momentum here.
There's a real shot of this happening. And listen, Indiana and Northwestern are going to be coin flips.
Well, and Indiana beat Wisconsin 2014.
Yeah. Well, we beat Wisconsin.
Right.
I mean, we beat Wisconsin.
Well.
I mean, we had them totally beat. They scored 18 straight points to beat us. And then on a questionable guy didn't report.
I know.
All that stuff. Anyway, we're playing much better football.
Illinois, Indiana, 11 a.m. It's Dad's Day. Of course, there's a flyover, a salute to our military on Veterans Day, 11/11 at 11 a.m. Win tickets at Pia's after 3 with our live broadcast. Join us at 1609 West Springfield Avenue. Always fun on Friday, right before that game. Illinois men, speaking of Pia's, they'll have the fan bus leaving a half hour before tip-off, and that's going throughout the season that you can drive right on the fan bus. I know I'm planning on meeting Hans D over there tonight and going to this game. I went to EIU, so did you for a brief stint there, Stevie.
Yep.
And it's kind of been a while?
Wow.
We're 7-0, of course, Illinois beating EIU's Panthers, but is this a tradition that we play EIU early in the season?
New one.
Okay.
This is the second time. I think Coach likes Marty Simmons.
Gotcha.
Marty Simmons was one of the best basketball players in the history of the state of Illinois. He played for Lawrenceville. Anybody remember Marty the Mule?
I see.
Lawrenceville won the state title. I was actually in the hotel in 1980, 81, whatever year that was, when Marty the Mule and Lawrenceville were partying.
Okay.
But Lawrenceville and Ron Felling, who had a big hand in the downfall of Bobby Knight, because Ron was on Bobby's staff at the time and had videoed the Neil Reed grab his throat video.
Oh.
I think Ron Felling was the guy that released the video.
I see.
Anyway, long story, but Lawrenceville was a superstar state basketball program. And Marty the Mule, Marty Simmons, if you...
Because he was like a workhorse kind of guy.
He was just a guy inside. Yeah, it was Class A, but he was unstoppable. And anyway, it was just a long history in Illinois. And so he went to Evansville, coached, and now he's at Eastern, and Coach Underwood likes him.
All right. Well, we'll have our women's basketball in action tomorrow at 6 against Morehead State. Makaira Cook for the Naismith Award. We also have Illinois volleyball that fell to Wisconsin, breaking their 6-game winning streak. So next up will be Iowa Friday at 6.
All right, we check your weather. Meteorologist Greg Soye, brought to you by Watts Copy Systems, where service is more than a promise. You want an assessment on your color copies? How much are you paying for that? Make sure you get with Greg Wolf at Watts Copy Systems.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois. Champaign and Van Am has set a nice spell of weather, unseasonably mild environs over the first half of the week. We'll get a typical early to mid-November cold front to whistle through the area. Temperatures back to, if not a bit below seasonal norms later this week. Another big warm-up slated for next week, and just a little spot or two of rain in between. No significant additional harvest delays expected in the coming days. Up near 70 for the day today with a partly sunny sky, gusty southwest wind, and a couple of raindrops and a brief shower around for this morning of no consequence. Mostly cloudy tonight, mild down near 50. Tomorrow, partly sunny, continued mild, 67 on a light northeasterly wind. On Wednesday, back into the 70s with some shower activity breaking out, especially in the afternoon. And Wednesday night, the much cooler weather with highs in the 50s. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday will continue with readings into the 50s early next week. And then 60s back into play. Quiet weather pattern expected to evolve across much of the Corn Belt, East Central Illinois included, for next week as well. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm Peter Olchus, Greg Soul here.
Yeah, you're not sure there's a God out there? Okay, tell me how the Earth tilts in rotation, spinning 1,200 miles an hour, and tilts perfectly so that we're just not too cold and just not too hot. 1 degree off either way, we're dead.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead and put that in your pipe and smoke it.
There you go.
Okay.
Thank you, God.
Anyway, unbelievable weather we're enjoying here.
Yes.
Every day of sunshine in November is a big check mark. But it's 70 today.
St. Patrick's had their parish chili supper yesterday, and we're walking out of there at 6 saying, whoa, it's dark.
Dark. But I'm telling you, you can't beat one of those St. Patrick's chili things. Where
I love that stuff.
I always like the potluck things because Mildred would bring that banana cream.
The pumpkin bars, the pecan pie, the desserts yesterday were outstanding.
Oh, yeah.
And they'll have a seniors luncheon at 55 and up. Stevie, you're all good for that if you'd like to attend.
Thank you.
After 11:30 on Wednesday.
Thank you for that,
in
Diane.
the parish hall.
Unnecessary. Okay, so we're going to break for the news. Come back, another hour to go. I'll play some more Brett Bielema, Brad Underwood. If you are interested in prime seats for the ball game tonight with Eastern, it's kind of fun to walk around and have to walk down to your seat.
Yeah.
Where are you guys sitting? Oh, okay.
Man, I'm excited to see this
Section
team.
236 isn't too bad. How many rows from the top were you? 4?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you got bumped up, Fred, huh? That's great.
level
Weren't you in the
200.
last row last year?
Yeah.
This is the 100 level.
Yeah, 124.
I'm giving out 2 pairs from Sarah Champagne. Your job will be to go to Sarah Champagne, find Ben Quattrone to pick these up.
Yeah.
That's how you're doing that.
That's right.
So you text in SERRA, Sarah, if you're interested in 2 free tickets, prime seats. It doesn't care. I don't care if they're playing Urbana Park District tonight. You're sitting close.
That's
and
right.
It's a different experience.
And you get to see the team and just the, all the excitement of opening the season.
No, it's the show. So 217-359-2255. Just text in Sarah, SERRA, if you want in on that. Okay, the news coming up next. That's Diane Ducey. I am Stevie J, 757.
I've got to clean out this garage. Let's see. What's the cheapest and easiest dumpster service in our area?
Here's what I found. The doggy bag.
Think she's broken. I'm not looking for takeout. Siri, try again.
The doggy bag from Bulldog Disposal in Mahomet.
Doggy bag? What's that?
If you got junk that needs to go, but you don't want the hassle of having an enormous dumpster delivered, grab a doggy bag, keep it as long as you need. They'll come take it away. For more information, just visit bulldoggybag.com.
That's bulldoggybag.com.
Here's your OSF Healthcare Medical Minute.
Hi, I'm JT Barnhart, the president of OSF Heart of Mary Medical Center. Want to start by just thanking our providers and our staff, our mission partners at the hospital for the great care that they take of our community in providing the services. One of the new offerings that we have coming up in the next couple of months, we've recruited an interventional pain provider who will be able to do some of those injections and procedures to help people who are struggling with long-term pain. In conjunction with that, we have an orthopedic spine surgeon that will work together with the interventional pain provider to really offer a robust spine pain service for the community of Champaign-Urbana and the surrounding areas. We have also brought in a brand new open heart surgeon. He is doing a really good job, really helping us expand our heart program to be a more regional heart institute at OSF in Urbana. And so I want to just continue doing the great things that we're doing around our cardiac program to offer a great service for the community.
For more information, visit osfhealthcare.org.
Short-term market fluctuations can be unnerving for everyone. A proven way to tune out the noise and focus on long-term investment goals is to adhere to a well-constructed investment plan. This is Rob Meyer with Provident Financial Group. If you don't have a plan, we can help create one designed specifically for you. Call us today for a complimentary consultation at 217-366-3456 or online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network, member FINRA, SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Tapman's Towing reminds all Illini fans, when you're on the road and see lights flashing, move over and use caution passing. Let's all get home safe tonight.
All right, we are giving out Long Branch $50 gift cards to Steak Dinner in Gifford. It's our Stever program. More information at gostever.com, gostever.com, if you're interested in that. All right, this is WSJK, Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana. Time for the news at 8 o'clock.
He'll be sitting next to the judge he calls crazy, dangerous, and a disgrace. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Former President Trump will be on the witness stand today in New York, defending the Trump Organization in a civil trial he just posted on Truth Social is a witch hunt with zero merit.
Attorney General Letitia James has filed a $250 million lawsuit accusing them of inflating Trump's net worth in order to get favorable insurance and loan deals.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers.
The trial is being heard not by a jury but by a judge, which is different from the former president's other legal issues that include 4 criminal indictments.
Now, that judge has already ruled that Trump's committed fraud. The former president remains way ahead in the 2024 Republican race, and as Fox's Peter Ducey reports from the White House, he's leading President Biden in key states.
By 5 points in Arizona, in Georgia by 6 points, in Michigan by 5 points, Nevada by 11 points, and Pennsylvania by 4 points. These are New York Times Siena polls that have Biden ahead in just one battleground right now, Wisconsin, where he leads by 2.
Today, the president, an avid train rider, plans to announce the biggest investment in passenger rail since Amtrak was created. Secretary of State Antony Blinken held talks in Turkey today related to Israel's war against Hamas that rages the 31st today.
We remain very focused on the hostages held by Hamas, including Americans, in making sure we're doing everything possible to bring them home.
And he's urging Israelis to limit Palestinian casualties. Nearly 10,000 have been killed, and he's urging faster humanitarian aid. Outside a White House gate, red handprints depicting the blood of civilians in Gaza are still visible.
After thousands of pro-Palestinian demonstrators descended on Washington over the weekend.
You're going to breed Hamas when you continue to keep occupying the people.
Protesters vandalized the fence outside the White House and sprayed graffiti with anti-Israel sentiments on several buildings across the nation's capital.
That's Fox's Ryan Schmelz. America's listening to Fox News.
With the holidays upon us, the increase in traveling, shopping, and connecting online also heightens the need to protect your identity and finances with LifeLock. Identity thieves see this time of year as an opportunity to drain your accounts, open new loans in your name, and damage your financial future. LifeLock detects and alerts you to the threats you might miss on your own. Don't let the busy holiday season catch you off guard. Save up to 25% off your first year with promo code CLAY. LifeLock.com, promo code CLAY.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Amid all the focus on Israel's war against Hamas, the war in Ukraine rages, where it's been confirmed today a Russian missile strike on Friday killed 19 Ukrainian troops. In addition to that, the U.S. and China are holding key talks.
Teams from the U.S. and China have not met on arms control since the Obama administration, but a senior State Department official is meeting with her Chinese counterpart this week on non-proliferation. The Wall Street Journal reported the meeting that says the Biden administration is not expected to reach a deal on nuclear arms reduction. Instead, U.S. officials are hoping to expand dialogue on reducing the risk of miscalculation. Washington and Beijing do not have a military-to-military communications channel. The nuclear weapons talk come ahead of an expected in-person meeting between President Biden and Chinese President Xi Jinping in San Francisco later this month. In Washington, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
A jury in Colorado will resume deliberating today the fate of an Aurora police officer. Nathan Woodyard's charged with manslaughter and criminally negligent homicide and the death of Elijah McClain, who died in 2019 after an encounter with 3 officers responding to the reports the black man was suspicious. Last month, one officer was convicted, the other acquitted. A U.S. Park police officer is facing charges accused of shooting another officer in a McLean, Virginia apartment early yesterday while both were off duty.
Authorities preliminarily calling it an unintentional shooting involving alcohol. Fairfax County detectives determined the officer pulled the trigger on a gun he believed was unloaded, striking Jesse Brown Hernandez. Police say the 22-year-old Hernandez was found dead with a gunshot wound to the upper body. The officer who fired the gun now is charged with involuntary manslaughter. Ann Carrick, Fox News.
On Wall Street, coming off the biggest gains of the year, stock futures have been up slightly. Last week, the Dow rose 5%. The Nasdaq surged up more than 6%. I'm Dave Anthony, and this is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. First responders were on the scene of an incident in Kratz Road in Monticello involving anhydrous ammonia Sunday. County health officials were on the scene on the south side of Monticello. There was an anhydrous ammonia leak due to a truck breaking an axle. They stopped the leak. Good news, no word of any other issues. A pair of Champaign police officers being credited with saving a woman's life during a Friday morning. A house fire happened in the area of Sangamon Drive and Maple Park Drive. Champaign Police Department says that at the time, officers were requested to perform a welfare check. Champaign police praising the quick reaction of the officers. Teen accused of spray painting swastikas and racial slurs on headstones in a Champaign cemetery arraigned in court on hate crime charges. Julia Reach, the Champaign County State's attorney, says Dominic Coco was charged Friday with 3 counts committing a hate crime. She also requesting he be detained under the Pretrial Fairness Acts. And that's a look at what's happening. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Thank you, Jim Miller. We have a wedding December 2nd, Mr. Soya. I've told you that a number of times, so we're just keeping our eyes out. I don't think he's there. Might be early. Okay. 8:06 ESPN 930. Love the daylight in the morning for those of us that get up early.
It's true.
That's nice. But then remember, this is November 6th, and in a month, and December 21, the days get longer.
Yes.
So we're looking forward to that. Anyway, hope you enjoyed your extra hour. You'll be yipping about it.
I told myself with the milder conditions, I was starting to get holiday up. And, to me, it's fair game to start doing that in the nicer weather to get your lights outside and all that.
No, right.
No, you might want to go to the
if you want to do that. Are you there, sir?
I'm there this way, the other way. I don't know what's going on. Out to lunch or a long weekend or something.
Okay.
Because you were sure there last
that
hour.
Yeah, that's what I can't quite figure out. I kind of change, every way to possibly connect via a tower or a Wi-Fi. So we're here.
We're here. Back in the day when we used number 2 pencils. I mean, that wasn't it cleaner when we just went to the wall and picked up the phone? Wasn't that better, Marge? I mean, come on. What's this technology stuff? Come on.
What's wrong with the string in the tin can?
Exactly.
Go back to that.
So complicated. Hey, get off my lawn. It's our meteorologist is Greg Solier. And
you sound like me for crying out loud.
Listen. Is there not stages in life that you just shake your head about because you never know the stage you're in until you're past it?
Yep.
And then you go, oh. And then you're saying, well, remember that one old person told you that one thing? And now you're just totally all in on that?
Exactly. I hate that.
And by the way, the music is too darn loud. It's our very educated one. It's meteorologist Greg Solier understands, and this is lovely. I just am thankful for every day we have sunshine in November. So
yeah.
Well, I tell you what, even this is breaking up in my ear, so I will just take it from here, and hopefully I am not breaking up in the other direction. I don't quite know what's going on, but in any event, 56 degrees. That's coming through loud and clear, and what is a delightful November morning here across the area. 54 at Rantoul, 52 Danville. Had a little shower activity over parts of in Connie down towards south and east of Arthur. That's all hightail it weekend out of western Indiana. Some storms up through southern Wisconsin and western Michigan. That's on a northbound warm front, and we'll reap the benefits of that here for the day today. Cold front comes down the pike here. Middle part of the week, not terribly cold. Readings right around seasonal norms. Another big warm-up slated for next week, late in the week, and then the following week as well. Looking pretty good, all things considered, from this vantage point for Thanksgiving. Forecast for the day today is a day's worth of wind and warmth at up near 70, would you believe, with a southwest to south wind already 15 to 25, and gusty, a partly sunny sky. So 70 today, 50-ish for tonight, and 67 tomorrow. We will get a trend to turn the winds in from the north and northeast tomorrow, but we'll get some sunshine and a dry day as well. A little rain in spots late tomorrow night, and maybe a couple of drops Wednesday morning, some shower activity late Wednesday into Wednesday night. That's the actual cold front, but ahead of it, 75 on Wednesday. We're back in the upper 50s on Thursday, low 50s Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Dry weather for the weekend, nice back down into the 30s. We shall approach 60 degrees either Tuesday or Wednesday of next week as well. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm just Greg Solgay.
If I were Barry Hauser, I would get 9 buses ready, because that's what it takes to take the marching line to a bowl game.
Okay.
Now, we can lose the last 3, but we're playing far better football. Beginning with Maryland. Obviously, Maryland was a heck of a come from behind. I don't know the status of Luke Altmaier, but he was hit pretty hard and came out of the game. And everybody's young, John Paddock came in the game, even though he's a fifth-year senior. Of the John Wright lineage, Bob Wright, actually, who was the track coach at Illinois, lettered in 1935 on the football team with Robert Zupke. John Wright played in the 60s, played in the NFL a little with Detroit, the Lions. Johnny Wright, his son. And this is, I believe, Ashley Wright's son, John Paddock, who was the hero of the football game. Now, I don't know, again, going back to the 1982 Liberty Bowl. Something happened in that game that has never happened in the history of Illinois. Chris Jenner came in for a banged-up Tony Eason and threw 3 passes, one at a time. 3 different times, Tony Eason got dinged up. It was a hard-hitting game. Bear Bryant, the legendary Alabama coach's last game. He died 2 months later. Chris Jenner came in and threw 3 passes, 3 individual passes, because 3 times Tony Eason went down. 3 for 3 interceptions. He threw 3 interceptions. A couple of them were really jump balls, and the other team got him. Alabama got it. So here you have, 40 years later, 3 passes by a guy who comes in that I don't think has ever happened in the history of Illinois football. That's why this is such a hyped moment. And it doesn't mean we're going to anything, really. We can still go to a bowl, but it keeps hope alive. It makes it more fun for the game Saturday. Because it has meaning.
But a 46-yard touchdown, and it's essentially 85 yards in less than a minute.
Yeah, with no timeouts. And just, you've seen this play before. It just doesn't work. You're not scoring a touchdown in the last 50 seconds on the road against Minnesota, who's leading the Western Division. And we did. Yes. So that's why we're all over it this morning, because it's never happened like that, ever. I want somebody to tell me a game where Illinois was in that position and actually won. It doesn't happen. So here's young John Paddock, who came from Ball State. He was a starter, man. He wants to come to Illinois because of the lineage, the heritage of the Wrights. And here he was coming in. Now keep in mind, he's standing on the sideline. Yeah, it's a nice day. It's in the 40s, 50s. Pretty nice day.
Yeah.
But he's standing on the sideline like I would be or you would be, and you haven't done any sit-ups or toe touch it, nothing. Get in there, John. The quarterback's hurt. We have no timeouts. There's no time to, let's regroup. Timeout. No.
Right.
No timeouts. So get in there, and by the way, it's 4th and 11. That means you get one play, maybe. And he completed it to Isaiah. Then he completed one to Pat Bryant. Then he throws a 46-yard, 45-yard touchdown pass. Wide open Isaiah Williams. It was just stunning.
Man.
Here's John Paddock.
The offense on that last drive, just got great players around me, great offensive line in front of me. Testament to all the coaches and trusting and believing in me. So, and then testament to God, just trusting with Him in this process has been phenomenal. And obviously, this place means a lot to me. So, it felt really good to be able to do that. And just felt like I was gonna be ready this whole year, no matter when my number was called. And it got called at a pretty crazy time, but it ended up working out pretty good for us. But obviously, team effort, offensive effort there. I'm going to get a lot of credit here, and it's not all my credit. I just put the ball where it's supposed to be, and guys were open, and the offensive line did a phenomenal job of giving me time to be able to do that.
How have you handled this process this year? And did you have a belief that a moment like this could happen?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, you just got to take it one game at a time, one day at a time. This is my last go-around, so there's no point of looking ahead in the future, no point of trying to figure out what's next, what my next chapter is, which can be tough sometimes, like, putting that on the back burner of just life. But just kind of take it one day at a time, prepare every week like I was a starter, play my role. And it was nice for me because I love this place so much, so I want to see this team regardless if it's today, tomorrow, 20 years down the line. It means a lot to me. So I think just having that mindset weekly has helped me, kept me centered for the most part, and then just been able to enjoy it. So,
do you think, John? Do you think being a 6-year player helps you in that regard, or helped you in that regard? Do you think 100%. An underclassman at Ball State would have felt that way?
Young John Paddock would not have felt that way. They would have been frustrated,
right?
And there would have been a lot more ebbs and flows. But I think just being around it a ton of times, I think it was just, seasons have peaks and valleys, and adversity hits, and the people that can stay level and kind of control their emotions and keep pace through it are usually the people that are the most successful. It's a long season, it's not short, and every game is hard to win and is important to win. So I think that was just kind of my mindset going into it, and that even if it was the last snap of the season or the first snap of the season that I was getting, that all those opportunities are important. All those snaps are just as meaningful as the first or the last.
When did it wash over you? Like, what had happened? Was it after the ball fell in Isaiah's hand? Was it in the locker room? Like, when did the moment, because you care about this as much as you do, like, when did the moment hit you?
When did the moment hit me? I don't think it has hit me yet. I really don't. I think I just was like, that was just like a series. I think that's kind of how I looked at it, which is, I think, was part of the reason we had some success. But I don't know if it's hit me yet or if it will hit me. I mean, I like to stay pretty relaxed. I'm a competitive guy, and I'm just happy we won the game. Like, I'm just fired up. If whoever would have been in there, if that would have happened, I would have been fired. Just the same feeling. Like, I'm just happy we won. We got to use this as momentum to keep stacking. Obviously, what happened in the last games, what happened today, it's already behind us, and we got to move on and start prepping for next week, because there's still a lot of opportunities in the Big Ten West and a lot of opportunities for postseason play. And obviously, taking it one game at a time is the most important thing. But we got a lot of goals ahead of us still.
Wow. Who doesn't want that on your team?
Right.
What a mature kid. Well, I guess he's not 24. He's turning 24. He's a 6-year player. That's your backup quarterback who came in and did that. So regardless of anything, that's the one you're going to remember. You'll remember that because how unusual the thing was. And to be faced with such adversity and have the composure to throw 3 passes, complete all of them for 85 yards and a touchdown to win by 1. It's just like incredible and fun. Okay, so we will see. We got Luke Altmaier, we think, after 4 today. I don't know his status. I know he got hurt. So we'll see, but we're planning on Luke Altmaier after 4 with our wonderful sponsors for our visits with players. Luke Goody is scheduled this week as well. And, of course, Jay Lehman. You can't, particularly today, you can't miss Jay Lehman.
That's right.
Jay's going to be pretty fired up, as we all are. But, I mean, that's just, I'm so happy for a kid who comes here. He's patient. He's doing all this stuff. He's not playing. He thought maybe he has a chance to start. Luke Altmaier wins him. And Luke Altmaier threw for, 2-3 touchdowns. So we hope Luke's okay. He's a great kid, too.
Yeah, and it's great that we have support from Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing, First Federal Savings Bank, Crossroads Contractor Supply, Brian Hansen at State Farm Insurance, Carpenters Local 243, and Max Twin City Recycling. All listen for, these great interviews with the Illini athletes. It's
fun.
Just super to hear after 4 on the Mondays following these big games.
Okay, so we'll. I got a few more clips here I want to get to. I want to play Brad Underwood for tonight's game against Eastern. By the way, Illinois and Indiana, we are actually favored by 6. So, wow. I'm trying to think when we are favored this year. Maybe the Toledo game, maybe the Florida Atlantic game.
Right.
Well, we haven't been favored much.
And Indiana beat Wisconsin 2014.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming. Am I happy that happened? I think so. I mean, obviously, there's no need to say, we got to get up for Indiana. No, they just beat Wisconsin. So,
yeah.
Well, what is absolutely crystal clear is there's just not a nickel's difference between anybody in that West.
Mm-hmm.
There's not. I mean, had we won the game, we probably should have won against Wisconsin. We'd be right there to win the West.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. Okay, check your weather. We'll be right back. It's ESPN 93.5. It is Monday. This is November 6th and 70, the projected high. We'll get Greg's weather here in just a second. Come right back. Glad you're listening. It's great to have you. 217-359-2255 is a text line. It is 819.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois. Champaign and Van Am Saturday. Nice spell of weather, unseasonably mild environs over the first half of the week. We'll get a typical early to mid-November cold front to whistle through the area. Temperatures back to, if not a bit below seasonal norms later this week. Another big warm-up slated for next week, and just a little spot or two of rain in between. No significant additional harvest delays expected in the coming days. Up near 70 for the day today with a partly sunny sky and gusty southwest wind. Yeah, a couple of raindrops and a brief shower around for this morning of no consequence. Mostly cloudy tonight, mild down near 50. Tomorrow, partly sunny, continued mild, 67 on a light north-northeasterly wind. On Wednesday, back into the 70s with some shower activity breaking out, especially in the afternoon. And Wednesday night, then much cooler weather with highs in the 50s Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We'll continue with readings into the 50s early next week, and then 60s back into play. Quiet weather pattern expected to evolve across much of the Corn Belt, East Central Illinois included, for next week as well. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm Peter Olchis, Greg Solgay.
I'm Neil Cavuto, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Stock futures are higher. Oil prices rose this morning after Saudi Arabia and Russia remained committed to extend production cuts through December. Dish Network lost money in its summer quarter. Wall Street was expecting a profit. Dish says pay TV subscribers declined in the period. Retail wireless subscribers also declined. Starbucks says it will raise wages by a minimum of 3% in January. Eligible employees with more years of service will receive at least 5%. Starbucks also says starting in February, its hourly workers will accrue paid vacation time starting 90 days after being hired. And Starbucks is looking to add credential and certification programs to its Starbucks College Achievement Plan. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Cosola, invested in you.
I'm Dana Perino, and this is Perino on Politics.
Dana Perino, co-host of The Five and co-anchor of America's Newsroom, returns to Fox News Audio with a brand new podcast, Perino on Politics. Listeners of Everything Will Be Okay will be thrilled by the return of a familiar voice, but with a fresh spin as Dana guides audiences through the 2024 election cycle. Make sure you subscribe to this series wherever you download podcasts and leave a rating and review.
Want unbeatable prices on your next furniture purchase, but also seeking that local hometown feel? Look no further than Kelsey Furniture in Tuscola. Customers rave about their friendly, established staff, as well as their great selection, amazing prices, and second-to-none delivery service. They're a third-generation local business, and they've always got your best interests at heart. Find the look you love for less. Open 9 to 5 Monday through Saturday, but always available online at kelseyfurniture.com. That's kelseyfurniture.com.
As we wind up another year, believe it or not, Busey, proud to give back to their community. They've just been doing that. That's what they do. They have an impact report you can read about what Busey does in the towns they're in. They give 20,000 hours, or roughly there, of hundreds of community organizations every year. It's part of the whole thing of being a Busey associate or working at Busey. You're going to volunteer. Nearly 200 associates actively commit to board service. In fact, I think the latest big shot at Busey just got on the University of Illinois Board of Trustees. They have impact, corporate sustainability practices, associate training, recognition and development, community development, reinvestment activities, charitable initiatives and volunteerism efforts, governance practices and policies. If you want to read the report, go to busey.com/impact, busey.com/impact. Busey, member FDIC.
Hey, could you tell me what aisle your car batteries are in?
Sure, I'll go grab one for you. Here's your battery. It might be expired, but oh well. Also, the brand isn't that great, but it should work for at least a year or two, maybe. Anyways, I went ahead and charged you for it, and here's the battery. Okay, have a great day.
What just happened?
Sometimes good things are hard to find, but they're worth the wait. Make the trip out to Interstate All Battery Center at 2504 North Madison Avenue and get all of your battery needs taken care of by the trusted professionals. Give them a call today at 355-4855. By now, you've all heard the expression, when you turn the key and the car won't run, call 367-9481 for PDR Automotive. They are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR. But who are they? They, the PDR staff, understand that a name is only as good as the people that represent it. The PDR staff has more than 335 years of combined automotive experience. Several employees now on staff for more than 25 years. PDR, more than just a name. Family owned and operated, now celebrating over 50 years in business.
Fighting Illini football is back in Memorial Stadium for Dad's Day and Military Appreciation Day, Saturday, November 11th, as they take on the Indiana Hoosiers. Get tickets for as low as $20 as we celebrate dads for this proud Illinois tradition. All active military personnel are eligible to receive free tickets. Be in your seat early for a special military flyover. Illinois football versus Indiana, Saturday, November 11th. Get tickets and more info at fightingillini.com.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Fleetwood Mac Rumors is coming to the Virginia Theater on November 15th.
Rumors of Fleetwood Mac, the world's finest tribute to Fleetwood Mac, returns to the stage at the Virginia Theater Wednesday, November 15th. Founding member Mick Fleetwood actually endorsed Rumors of Fleetwood Mac, channeling the spirit of Fleetwood Mac, performing hits like Go Your Own Way and Dreams and Rhiannon.
Get your tickets now at thevirginia.org.
Okay, so if you want great seats to the Eastern game tonight, you can text in Sarah, S-E-R-R-A. We're going to have 2 pairs of Section 124. That's the 100 level.
Yeah, you'll want to be there for opening night. Now, I mean, the way they do the smoke and the little fire bursts during the opening lineup, and just so much excitement at the State Farm Center to get out of the gate. Our preseason poll has us at number 25 and take it on EIU tonight at 7.
Brad Underwood.
Yeah, game 1. Here we go. Exciting to get another season started. Obviously coming off what we think was a very, very good preseason that actually started with us in Spain. Obviously 2 exhibition games where we've been in front of our fans. So Eastern comes to town, have so much respect for Marty and the job he's done over his career. I think he's one of the best offensive coaches maybe in the country. I think he does a great job on that end of the court. You know, they're a new team. They've got a lot of new faces. They've got a very dynamic point guard who's been 23, 24 a game in their 2 scrimmages and lives in the paint. Be a great challenge for us. Jermaine, we obviously know he's been, I think he's a 5th year now. So Jermaine's been really impressive in the early scrimmages, and we know his bounce, we know his athleticism. You know, they've got some nice pieces. They're a much older team than they were a year ago. The portal transfers have allowed them to do that. They're going to play really hard. They disrupt passing lanes. They'll play with speed and pace, led by their point guard. You know, you're going to be forced to have to guard really good actions. So I'm excited about that for us and to see where we've come from the Kansas exhibition. And I thought we improved from one to the other. Now these all count. Been solid in practice. You know, we tried to manage the week in a positive way and dial in on a lot of scenarios and talk about situations and presses and late game stuff. All those start to come into play. You know, we're excited to get started. We're excited for our fans, and this is game 1 of what we hope is can be a great 5 months. we're looking forward to getting it kicked off.
Well, we get a kickoff tonight, 7 o'clock with Eastern. I think a whole lot of these games are on ESPN Plus or Big Ten Plus.
All arena doors opening at 6. Looks like the East Lobby doors will open at 5:30 for those in Traditions Club and want access to getting in there early for the EIU game tonight.
So don't look for it on the TV, except if you are subscribing, much like Peacock. These first however many handful of games are not going to be on TV unless you're a Plus member of something.
Right. We'll have Oakland on Friday the 10th.
I think that's a plus too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so again, prime seats to the game tonight. 2 pairs are given away, courtesy of Ben Quattrone at Sarah Champagne. Just text me 217-359-2255. Text in SERRA as in Sarah Champagne. 5 lines of vehicles: GMC, BMW, Buick, Honda, and Subaru. All right, the news will be next. ESPN 93.5, 8:29.
Since Busey Bank first opened our doors in 1868, we have built upon a tradition of close relationships and broad financial capabilities. Our experienced team provides the highest level of personalized service to ensure we accomplish your goals, simplifying your wealth management and business lending needs and ensuring a legacy for generations. Building business, growing wealth. Since 1868, proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
Fox News, I'm Therese Crowley. Israel Defense Forces surround Gaza City, fighting street by street with Hamas fighters, popping up out of holes. New information today that IDF forces believe most of the hostages are being held in the tunnel network beneath Gaza City. Secretary of State Blinken, wrapping up his Middle East trip, says the U.S. remains very focused on bringing the hostages out, still talking of a humanitarian pause.
On the humanitarian piece, I think we've made some good progress in recent days in working to expand that. Ambassador Satterfield remains in the region working that every single day.
But after the mass pro-Palestinian protest on Washington this weekend, vandals defaced the White House walls between the gates with red paint handprints still not painted over. A New York Times poll shows Donald Trump easily beats Joe Biden in 5 swing states if the election is today. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Champaign teen faces hate crime charges. They say 18-year-old Dominic Coca spray-painted racist messages and swastikas on headstones at St. Mary's Cemetery in Champaign last Wednesday night. He also reportedly confessed to spray-painting a swastika on a sidewalk the day before. New report shows most deaths among pregnant Illinois women preventable. The third Illinois maternal morbidity and mortality report says 263 people died pregnant or within a year of giving birth in the state from 2018 to 2020. Of those, 91% preventable. Black women nearly twice as likely to die from any pregnancy-related condition. Illinois State Police seeking help in the investigation death of a Decatur man. James Taylor found dead May 19 in a rural home near his home. He was reported missing a week earlier. ISP investigating the death as a homicide. Anyone with information, you're asked to contact Decatur Crime Stoppers. That's what's happening. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Eastern Illinois. Champaign and Van Evans set a very delightful spell of early November weather expected here for the first half of the week. Temperatures above average. We'll get a front to come through the area late Wednesday night. Back into some cooler weather for the rest of the week and early on into next week. If you have opportunities to get out there, the back 40 wrap up harvest or perhaps backyard work, plenty of opportunity next week as well. Another big warming trend gets going mid to late next week. In the meantime, speaking of which, up near 70 with a partly sunny windy, warm day's worth of weather. A couple of raindrops around and a stray shower this morning. At southwest wind 15 to 25 miles per hour and gusty. Mild tonight, mostly cloudy, down to about 50. Winds will diminish and turn northwest to north. Continued mild tomorrow, partly sunny and 67. Back into the 70s here for Wednesday with some shower activity breaking out, especially in the afternoon. And much cooler weather for Thursday, Friday, the weekend, but dry weather. Some sunshine each day, highs in the 50s, nights in the 30s and low 40s. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
Looking to eat healthier and buy locally? Savannah Ridge Farms in Indianola, Illinois has been expanding their yak herd for nearly 2 years, offering local farm-to-table meat containing absolutely no antibiotics, hormones, or steroids. Savannah Ridge Farms is raising 100% all-natural yaks that feed on organic grass and hay in chemical-free open land. Yak meat is one of the best sources of protein and is nearly 100% fat-free. So if you want healthy, nutrient-dense, vitamin-packed red meat without the worry of how it got to your plate, visit SavannahRidgeFarms.com and check out their Facebook page. They deliver to Champaign and Vermilion counties, and farm pickup is also available. And look for Savannah Ridge Farms every Saturday at the Farmers Market inside Lincoln Square in Urbana from 8 to 11. SavannahRidgeFarms.com. Again, it's SavannahRidgeFarms.com.
I'm Justin Ike, co-owner of Fred's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, Electric, and Underground.
So, Justin, tell me what you see as typical when it comes to sewer repair. Give me a scenario.
Your sewer's backed up and somebody comes along and says, you need this repair for X amount of dollars. Here's my price. And you don't think to go looking for another company or a second opinion because you don't feel like you have time.
So is it possible that you might get charged a little more because it's kind of a desperate moment? Do some companies do that?
Oh, absolutely they will. They know you're in a pinch. Typically, if you call us, me or Will can be out there within an hour to look at that problem for you. Whether you call me first or you call me second, make sure you give me a call.
Anything else, Justin?
You can always trust Fred's.
Great to know. Thank you. That's Justin Ike, the co-owner of Fred's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, Electric, and Underground. If you want more information about this great 45-year family-owned company, just go to fredscu.com. That's fredscu.com.
Fighting Illini football is back in Memorial Stadium for Dad's Day and Military Appreciation Day, Saturday, November 11th, as they take on the Indiana Hoosiers. Get tickets for as low as $20 as we celebrate dads for this proud Illinois tradition. All active military personnel are eligible to receive free tickets. Be in your seat early for a special military flyover. Illinois football versus Indiana, Saturday, November 11th. Get tickets and more info at fightingillini.com.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Well, we haven't talked a ton about the national news and stuff. I think the Illini overwhelmed me. The Illini and
absolutely
football, and the fact that I like to come back and particularly when I'm right, reiterate it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I said I think we're still going to a bowl. And again, I think these next three, including,
right.
I think Iowa's a coin flip. I really do. I think we can play with Iowa. Real good defense, not real good offense. So anyway, it's just more fun. And it's fun for us because, A, you'll be interested in Jay Lehman today. You'll be interested in Luke Altmaier. We're checking on Luke whether he can play today. I'm not sure. And then, because he got banged up pretty good. And then it's just more fun leading to the football game as opposed to who cares. Well, now we care.
Right.
You win this, you're one away from a bowl. And I don't care where the game is. I really don't. It's just, it's extension of the program. You got to go to a bowl every year in this day and age with 70-some teams getting to go to a bowl. You got to be one of them.
Yeah.
And so to do that means players that are being recruited are saying, well, they go to the bowl, they're getting better. You have to have that. Otherwise, they say, well, they never are consistent. I wouldn't go there. I mean, I don't know how long Brett's going to be there. I mean, they do that negative stuff all the time. So anyway, it's it just gives you a little hope that there's more to play, and it's more fun.
Sure. And then we've got the game tonight against EIU to open up the season, and we'll be talking with Luke Goody after 4 tomorrow.
Yep. All right. So after the game, Brett Billman, you can't see his smiles, but he's smiling when he says this, I'll draw it up. He's smiling. And he doesn't smile a ton. You don't see him
You're right.
laughing and smiling a ton.
That's exactly how you draw it up. Give a lot of credit to Minnesota. PJ is a good football team. New coming over here, they're atop of the Big Ten West for a reason. They've won a couple games here in a row and done some good things, but I thought this was a team we matched up well against. I really like it coming into the week. I thought our guys have, put a good week of practice. The bye week, we kind of turned the page, and it's kind of funny, right? So, whenever we have people around the program, maybe that aren't around us all the time, scouts that come in, NFL people, visitors, maybe outside administration, they come by and they're like, Coach, I can't believe the way your guys, go about things, the way they practice. And you kind of just take note of it. But on Wednesday, an NFL guy that I've known for 20 years, he was in the hallway around our guys, in and out of meetings, went out to practice, and he grabbed me and he said, hey, I know you don't have the year that you maybe necessarily want. He goes, but I can just tell you from every person I talk to, every staffer I work with, from watching you guys practice, you have something here that's really good, and I just want you to know that, right? And I think this was a great example of that. Last night I literally showed them the Northwestern game. I try to show them things during the course of the week, and I wanted them to know sometimes it doesn't always go as scripted. You just got to be resilient. So I showed them the fourth quarter against Northwestern where they're down 21 points and how they made defensive stops and how their offense made plays, and they tied it up at the end and ended up winning it in overtime. But you literally heard our guys talking about that on that last series before John went in and after John went in, and just a credible amount of resiliency, I'd say, for two people. John Paddock, just to put himself in that position earlier this year when he got in a game, it was kind of out of control and wasn't a great situation to come into. I said, hey, what we just learned is, when your moment comes, you're going to be that much more prepared. I don't know if it's going to be this week, next week. I said, or the last half of the season, your moment's going to come, and I have a pretty good confidence value that you're going to be prepared. And that's exactly what happened there. I didn't think it was going to be 4th and 10 backed up on enemy territory with no timeouts and under a minute. But that's John to a T. And then Isaiah Williams, for you guys that know him, 13 catches, 130 yards. When that ball went on the ground, I think a lot of people would be like, oh my gosh, I literally didn't say anything to him because I knew he would take care of himself, right? He just continues to impress me on a daily basis, who he is, what he stands for, and what he represents. That play was created before the day ever started today. He's just got that kind of ability and pretty awesome to be around.
That's Isaiah Williams. Here he is.
Take me through the emotions of the last 5 minutes of that game, or 6-7 minutes of that game for you, fumble and winning touchdown.
Man, it was everywhere. So after that hit to the rib, and I was on the sideline, complaining, I was frustrated. And then, then you go out there and have that fumble. It's like, you know what I'm saying? That's what you get for complaining. But then after that, I was just like, man, you good. God got you. He won't put you through nothing that he can't get you through. So, I just had all the confidence in the world going back on that field after that fumble, just trusting, the plan. And then they called some plays where I knew it was a great chance that I'd get the ball, and my biggest thing was just execute for my guys.
You played that position before Isaiah. How hard is it to do what John just did?
Man, that's tough. Going out there with the confidence that he had, sidearm, man, I remember the touchdown play, I literally looked back and I seen him step back and then step up in the pocket. Doing what he did, that's hard to do. And that just shows you, his confidence and swagger that he got. And just, it's hard for people probably to see on the outside, but how he was in the huddle. He come in there y'all boys, I got y'all, trust me. Man, it just shows his confidence, man. That's something that not many could do. Even a lot of elite guys can't do what he just did.
Trust me? He hasn't played for a month.
I know.
He just came in as 4th and 11. Trust me? Really? This is stuff movies are made out of, man.
Uh-huh.
All right, here's Johnny Newton.
What was your perspective or view on the Paddock to Williams pass there at the end?
I was elite. For John to come in the game, probably could have been our last play of the game. Having to step up, make those completions, I feel like that was big time for him and the program.
What was that first half like for you? How did you stay ready to be ready in the second half?
I was just being a coach to my teammates, telling them what I saw on the field, spreading the wealth back, keeping everybody head straight and check, just being a coach and a leader from the sideline.
Did you feel a lift going into halftime? You look up, you're only down 3, and hey, Johnny Newton's coming back in. It felt like the team got a big lift, just kind of being still in the ball game.
For sure. I know I bring a lot of energy to the team. And that energy could change the whole momentum of a game. So I came out. Unfortunately, I got a sack. And I feel like from there, it just changed the rest of the game.
Well, it did, because, Johnny, you changed the rest of the game. You changed all our games. That's why you're going to the NFL, probably first-round pick, which is getting kind of ordinary for Illinois now, first-round pick. Yeah, we get them all the time. Anyway, Johnny Newton changes the dynamic of the whole team, energy-wise. You saw what happened when he went out for the targeting. Wisconsin, it was over. Didn't feel good, didn't end good.
The wind came out of our sail.
Yep, and so he's huge. He'll be there for the Saturday game against Indiana. We're a 6-point favorite, Hey, tomorrow, I'm going to be going over to the iHotel at 10:30. If you want to join us for the Stevie Jay Travel unveiling of the 2024 schedule, you can hear all about it. Got a good trip to Alaska that I know many of you are interested in. Keith at Premier will start detailing that. It's just fun to gather and dream about where you want to go. And we've got some trains in Grand Canyons. That sounds fun. So anyway, we'll kind of get into that tomorrow at the iHotel. We'll be in the alma mater rooms where we usually are. Classroom seating so you can write stuff down, take notes. Just fun to get together. Yeah. And if you're available and know somebody might want to go, might want to tell them 10:30 tomorrow at the iHotel. Every time I go to the iHotel, I like it.
And then you can do a Stevie J Travels flyer or something in a box for your gift for Christmas or something.
Wow.
And have some plans lined up for 2024.
Right. A trip to Alaska.
I love it.
Fun. We're also going to Albuquerque. I've never done that one. A balloon festival that they do in Albuquerque. They're just extraordinary how many beautiful balloons they've got there. All right, ESPN 93.5. Quick check of your sports headlines. The Bears lost, but it was close.
That's right.
Good game in New Orleans.
24-17 was the final. Packers over the Rams 20-3. Colts over the Panthers 27-13. Tonight for Monday Night Football, LA Chargers in New York to face the Jets. Always fun to watch the game at Pia's. Pia's will have the fan bus that leaves a half hour before tip-off time as our Illini start the season against EIU. Preseason poll has us at number 25. The tip-off is at 7 o'clock. And again, leaving a half hour before tip-off. If you are interested, you get your food and beverages and stuff like that. And you just ask if I need a ticket to get on. Because I think, essentially there's 50 seats or something on the bus. It's not tickets, but you get your tiny ticket to give to the driver when you hop on the bus. And then it's there in the Circle Drive when you leave. Speaking of Pia's, that's where we'll be. And we'll have tickets to that 11 a.m. start on Dad's Day as we face Indiana on November 11th. And a salute to the military. You'll want to get there early for that and enjoy the flyover. What a great game ahead. Indiana did beat Wisconsin 20-14 over the weekend. And as you know, we've been talking all morning about our Illini victory over Minnesota 27-26. And the big hero of the game, John Paddock, with 85 yards and about a minute of action. That 46-yard touchdown. Caden Fagan also was phenomenal.
Swing pass all the way down the sideline to score. The kid from Arthur played at Atwood Hammond.
Atwood Hammond.
Arthur Lovington, Atwood Hammond.
Yes.
Wow.
Exactly.
But
Speaking of
he's really good.
Local football, Unity Rockets are moving on. We beat DeCoin, I believe it was 35-25 when I walked off of Oscar Hicks Field and congratulated everybody and enjoyed my hometown of Tolono and all the celebrating going on. Next up will be Mount Carmel.
50-50 was $2,800. So there were a lot of people there.
Nice.
There are a lot of people there.
I didn't get there till after halftime, so didn't have to pay the $6.
What if nobody comes and claims it?
I don't know whether that it usually is student council or the band or something like that.
Somebody gets a lot of money.
It was nice that the Unity Marching Rockets invited DeCoin to perform and stuff like that. Evidently, the bus driver did an illegal turn with the trailer behind or something and got a ticket.
Oh, no. Welcome to Tolono.
There was a decoy guy that was telling me, why wouldn't the cop, just escort him and say, don't do that next time?
Right, exactly.
I'm like, welcome to Rocket Nation. I don't know.
Too bad.
So Illinois women's basketball taking on Morehead State tomorrow at 6 to start up their season. And Illinois volleyball fell to Wisconsin. Next up for them will be at Iowa Friday at 6. So go Illini.
Check Greg's weather one more time for you. Next.
With the leaves and temperatures beginning to fall, it's time to make sure those furnaces are in great running order. Get that furnace tuned up so it doesn't let you down on the cold nights. Dogtown is the People's Choice #1 HVAC company again in 2023. Ask about the current 0% financing offer on all Lennox high comfort systems and single component units for qualifying applicants. The number's 217-841-4728. Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing, your home's best friend.
Hey, where are you headed?
To Kelsey Furniture in Tuscola.
What do they have there?
What don't they have there? Living room furniture, benches, chests, love seats, sectionals, tables, bedroom sets, hutches, nightstands, end tables, cabinets, mirrors, stools, clocks, lamps, pillows, rugs, desks, media consoles, patio furniture, Tempur-Pedic mattresses, and more.
So, everything.
Yeah, probably could have just said that.
Kelsey Furniture, quality for less. From computer systems to brakes and tires too, at PDR, fixing cars is what they do. Remember, when you turn the key and the car won't run, call 367-9481 or use their dedicated text-only line at 383-0619. Additional information including repair quotes and online scheduling requests available from the website at pdrauto.com. Remember, they are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR.
Hi, I'm Tyler Weaver, president of Carpet Weaver's Flooring and Furniture Gallery. Take a look around your home. Is it finally ready for some much-needed updates? If you don't know where to start, then just meet with one of our experts. We'll help you find the perfect waterproof plank floor for your kitchen or that stain-resistant, super soft carpet for your bedroom. Finish your room update with a custom sofa and chairs, or choose a trendy in-stock dining set that's priced right. Come home to Carpet Weavers, where floors, furniture, and family meet.
Ready for some much-needed pampering and girl time? We've got just the place. Call to schedule your very own private girls' night out at Merle Norman Cosmetics Studio. We're talking express facials, makeovers, and personalized beauty tips. Our masters of makeup will give you and your friends a chance to find the right foundation, learn what works for your skin, and rock some hot new looks. Call and book now at 217-359-8100 at Merle Norman. Find us on social media at Merle Norman Cosmetics, Champaign.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois. Champaign-Urbana has set a very delightful spell of early November weather expected here for the first half of the week. Temperatures above average. We'll get a front to come through the area late Wednesday night. Back into some cooler weather for the rest of the week and early on into next week. If you have opportunities to get out there in the back 40, wrap up harvest or perhaps backyard work, plenty of opportunity next week as well. Another big warming trend gets going mid to late next week. In the meantime, speaking of which, up near 70 with a partly sunny, windy, warm day's worth of weather. A couple of raindrops around and a stray shower this morning. At southwest wind 15 to 25 miles per hour and gusty. Mild tonight, mostly cloudy, down to about 50. Winds will diminish and turn northwest to north. Continued mild tomorrow, partly sunny and 67. Back into the 70s here for Wednesday with some shower activity breaking out, especially in the afternoon. And much cooler weather for Thursday, Friday, the weekend, but dry weather. Some sunshine each day, highs in the 50s, nights in the 30s and low 40s. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
Here's what one shopper said about Pard's Western Shop in Urbana, 306 North Maple, between Maine and University. He said, sure, you can find boots at some big box stores, but nothing like Pard's selections. They're unique, they're local, and they have an excellent store. So many people that visit Pard's in Urbana say the same thing. Pard's in Urbana, 306 North Maple. You can find the best boots in the world and shop local. Visit pards.com, pards.com. When it comes to finding a reliable vehicle, look no further than Sarah Champagne, your trusted automotive destination. They carry a lineup of Saturday, November 18th for one night only at the Virginia Theater. Come out to the red carpet world movie premiere of the family-friendly comedy Irresponsible, starring Keith Campton. Parts of the movie filmed right here in our town and features dozens of local actors. Come and meet all the stars of the movie and ask questions, get pictures, and free autographs. Doors open at 6 p.m., showtime at 7. Virginia Theater, November 18th. For more information, go to thevirginia.org, thevirginia.org. Yeah, that's kind of fun. That's going to be, it was shot a lot in Champaign-Urbana. And Irresponsible is supposed to be a comedy?
Yeah. Irresponsible. There must be some kind of bull.
B-U-L-L, but it's kind of in the vein of Are We There Yet kind of movie.
Uh-huh.
What was the guy's name that was Ice
Cube?
Ice Cube.
T.
That kind of thing. So it's supposed to be funny, and Irresponsible is the name of the film. Okay, we're about out of time.
Illini fans, taste what's special about Jets Pizza by ordering any of their specialty pizzas for $5 off. That's right, save $5 on all specialty pizzas like the barbecue chicken pizza, chicken grilled to perfection, premium mozzarella cheese, bacon, red onion, and BBQ sauce. All piled onto Jets' amazing crust made from dough they make fresh every day. There's also their super special all-meaty chicken bacon ranch and more, all $5 off. Make your day special and order a Jets specialty pizza for $5 off.
We are about out of time. Be back tomorrow and do this again. We'll have Luke Goody on in the afternoon tomorrow at 4:05. Today, Jay Lehman after 3. You can't miss Jay's energy and his fired up nature for the Illini football win. And again, we're hoping for Luke Altmaier, the quarterback who did get hurt. We're just not sure the extent. So we're hoping for Luke at 4:05. But for sure, Luke Goody tomorrow, basketball after the Eastern game tonight. And last call, 217-359-2255. Text in SERRA for prime seats for the game tonight. Giving out 2 pair. You can text that now. Sarah and Diane, we shall see you then.
Enjoy the day.
That's Diane Ducey. I'm Stevie J. Thank you for listening. Appreciate you. Talk to you tomorrow. Have a great Monday.
Are you tired of getting the short end of the stick and always being stuck with cold water for your showers? Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing is here to help. With current tax incentives and rebates, you can save up to $900 on a high-efficiency tankless water heater, unlimited hot water, and saving on your energy bills. It seems like the best gift you could give your home. With the current promotion of 0% financing for qualified applicants, you can't afford not to call. 217-841-4728. Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing, your home's best friend.
Welcome to Dick Van Dyke Appliance World.
Hi, I'm looking for a refrigerator.
When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
Oh, yeah, well, I just need a refrigerator. Don't need the whole store.
But you get it, the whole store.
My kitchen is only about this big.
You get me.
Hello.
All those delivery, installation, and service technicians in back.
Wow, all those people?
The Dick Van Dyke 5-10-year protection plan, which means in the unlikely event something goes wrong in the first 5 years, your repair cost is nothing.
Nothing?
10 years parts coverage on the major components.
Looks like I'm getting more than a refrigerator today. How much does this whole store cost?
Nothing. Come on. For real. We guarantee to beat any competitor's deal, all that other stuff we talked about, like our service tax.
And your 5-10-year protection plan?
All included.
I'm Dennis Freakin, chairman of Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. And when we say you get the whole store, we mean the whole store. Wow!
Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
Join us for the live broadcast after 3 p.m. on Friday, November 10th. Great guests ahead of Dad's Day, including Jay Lehman, McLean Stahl, and Hans D. with Who You Got. Eric Meyer has great drink specials, terrific pub food like the Slugger Burger, chicken fingers, loaded nachos, and fish on Fridays. Diane Ducey will be handing out tickets to the Illinois vs. Indiana game Saturday the 11th at 2:30 with the flyover as a salute to our veterans. Pia's 1609 West Springfield Avenue in Champaign.
Since Busey Bank first opened our doors in 1868, we have built upon a tradition of close relationships and broad financial capabilities. Our experienced team provides the highest level of personalized service to ensure we accomplish your goals, simplifying your wealth management and business lending needs and ensuring a legacy for generations. Building business, growing wealth since 1868. Proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
Urbana Park District invites 18 and up to a special caregivers class for people to care for loved ones with memory loss. This free class meets Tuesdays from November 14th to January 16th from 2:30 to 4 p.m. Get stress-reducing ideas and support from others who choose home care for a loved one with memory loss. You work hard to give your loved ones peace of mind and familiar surroundings. Sign up for the Stress Busters class at urbanaparks.org.
When it comes to finding a reliable vehicle, look no further than Sarah Champagne your trusted automotive destination. They carry a lineup of top brands including Honda, BMW, Subaru, GMC, and Buick. And they're not just about cars, they're about people. Their team is dedicated to providing you with trustworthy service and dependable vehicles that fit your lifestyle. Experience the difference at Sarah Champagne. Visit Sarah, S-E-R-R-A, champagne.com.
During challenging times, family and health come first. This is Rob Meyer with Provident Financial Group. Many of us have spent the past year feeling a little bit out of control, but there are steps that you can take to plan for a better financial future. Now is the time to take action and create a financial plan that's right for you. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network, member FINRA, SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Kelsey Furniture in downtown Tuscola sells Tempur-Pedic beds. What's it like?
I'm going to tell you right now, Stevie, that thing is the best thing I've ever slept on in my life. My wife and I both have said we've never had better night's sleep. And the people at Kelsey's were fantastic. Brian is the guy that helped us. You know, as much as I did my research, he had a world of knowledge about beds themselves. Oh, man, it's like sleeping on a cloud, man.
Kelsey Furniture, downtown Tuscola.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.